What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE, Nintendo Switch, and gaming news video. Today, we've got some great topics for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, Battle Chasers Night War has been delayed on the Nintendo Switch. It is coming, quote, slightly later than October 3rd as the other console version. So, this sneaky blurb was put in at the end of the most recent trailer for Battle Chasers Night War. And as you can see here, it says PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, October 3rd, 2017, Nintendo Switch slightly later. So once again, we have another game being delayed on the Nintendo Switch because of whatever reasons. We had this with Rhyme, although that was not a slight delay, that was months delay, and we've seen it before. But what we do know, because some people are asking, well, why is this happening? What's going on with this game as far as Battle Chasers Night War? The developers have already came out, or at least I think it was the president or something of THQ Nordic already came out and said, hey, they were having issues or problems running this game on the Nintendo Switch. Like, they wish that Nintendo put a little bit more power into it, but they'll find ways around, and that they're having trouble running this game. And I pretty much said, as far as my response to that is like, okay, well, you guys are incompetent, because this game does not seem to be a game, just by looking at it, that's really taxing or pushing really anything, to be honest. We've seen games on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 that look a lot better than this game right here. Plus, we've seen games on the Nintendo Switch that are obviously more taxing and do more things than Battle Chasers Night War. So that's why I'm a little like, I don't know about this game at this point. If they're having trouble running it and now they've gotten to a delay here, and they didn't really tell us why there's a delay, they just say slightly later. Now, we have heard something about the cartridges and there being a little bit of issues there, so maybe that's it, because this is supposed to have a physical version. Maybe they don't want to launch it digital first, then physical, because NBA 2K18 is doing that, where you can only get the digital version at launch, and then the physical version is launching later, so maybe there's an issue there. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm just a little wary at this point, especially after what he said with the Nintendo Switch, saying, oh, well, we're having some trouble running this game or running it smoothly on there. That's when I'm like, okay, I don't know about this game anymore. As far as the Nintendo Switch version, I still think the game is probably going to be pretty good on PS4, Xbox One, PC, whatever the case is, but it might seem like they're rushing this one a little bit, and that's why they're having to delay it. If I were them, I would definitely take your time, make sure you get a quality version out, because the last thing you want to do is launch a version that's not very good on the system, has problems, can't run. So take your time and launch it, but like I said, I'm not so sure about it anymore, just based on what they've said. So let me know what you guys think about this article in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Alright, and moving on to the next article here, we have another game being announced for the Nintendo Switch. Boiling Bolt will be coming to the system, and this one's unique because it does use Unreal Engine 4 for its game engine. So let's go over some of the features of Boiling Bolt on the Nintendo Switch. It's a twin-stick shooter. It has 2D gameplay with 3D graphics. You can dodge and enter in slow motion, interactive FX, two-player co-op in all of the game's modes, shop and passive skill system, and plus additional powers. Now, in the universe, you can play as June, a young rebel battling the oppressors that took over the world decades ago. You found a ship impregnated with a boiling bolt fragment, a mystic relic that finds the source of its power in the dawn of the world. Take on waves of enemies coming to get you with your arsenal. The Plasma Whip, a short-range attack dealing greater amounts of damage with the tip. Yo, is that a tipper? That is a tipper from Martha on there. That is a tipper from Corn and Mart, Smash Bros. Shoutouts. So, the Magnetic Field, a zone causing damage to nearby enemies. The powerful warp launcher that creates black holes that attracts your enemies before releasing a devastating explosion, and more. Choose your weapon wisely. Your enemies will come together organized with strategies to take you down. Switch accordingly between your arsenal to surpass them. In case of emergency, you can always use your secret weapon, a time-distorting energy that slows everything besides you, the Time Breaker. So the interesting thing about this game, apparently it's been on PC for a while and it's not on other systems. It's not on PS4 or Xbox One, but they decided to bring this game to the Nintendo Switch, and maybe some of the stuff that we've already had on the system or being announced, like Sin Mora, or even like Graceful Explosion Machine, which has done well on the system. It's on sale right now, so I'm pretty sure it's going to get right back up there into the sales charts, have done well too. So I'm thinking that this game could be the next Graceful Explosion Machine, where you have that quad weapon array, you have a lot of cool different things, but they're adding in co-op in any type of mode that you can play on this game, which is really cool. I think Graceful Explosion Machine with some co-op would have been really nice, but this game is offering it, and the graphics look great. It's made in Unreal Engine 4, so I think this could be one of those sleeper hits out there, like Graceful Explosion Machine. People weren't necessarily looking forward to that game or didn't really have it on its radar. It was a new IP, and then it came out and kind of took a lot of the people who love these shooters, these side-scrollers, the old-school games by storm. So if you're into that type of stuff, I think this might be a game that's on your radar, or at least you should have it on your radar. I'm definitely looking at it. After watching the full trailer and kind of seeing what it was about and how much I loved Graceful Explosion Machine, I'm definitely going to check this one out, see if I can get a review code for you guys. I don't think we really have any type of time period when it's launching, or I don't think we know at this point, but I'm pretty sure that'll be sometime this year or early next year. So what do you guys think about Boiling Bolt on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know about that in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to my baby here, Fire Emblem Warriors. We got more information where the developers talk about the Coliseum mode, character choices, and weapons. In addition to voice acting, more characters are also coming. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is a roundup of information from Nintendo Dream. They had an interview with the Fire Emblem Warriors producers and the director, and it was also translated by Nintendo. Everything rounded up by Go Nintendo. All the links in the description below. So let's get into this information here. So Coliseum mode will focus on replayability and will have fun battles and gameplay with large-scale special rules. More info on Coliseum mode will be revealed at a later date. The twins have swords because the devs want people to learn the weapon triangle, plus swords fit well with the character's lineage. Chrom was the first character created. Lissa was given an axe due to a lack of axe characters, and Lissa can use an axe if promoted to War Cleric in the other games. The team considered removing Lucina from the roster, but after talking to Nintendo, they realized how important she was. Yo, Nintendo with that block, like, nah, Lucina, she's the waifu of many people out there. We have her, we like Lucina, we got that amiibo. You will add Lucina in there. Nintendo putting the smackdown as far as Lucina goes. Robin is outside of the weapon triangle due to using a book as a weapon. Frederick was also given an axe due to the same reasoning as Lissa. Voice actors asked to record lines multiple times to make sure they nailed their delivery. Voice acting also includes lines / homages to classic lines from previous entries. Many more characters are yet to be revealed, and that's probably the big thing that I want to talk about and focus on. You guys have heard me talk about Fire Emblem Warriors so much. You guys know I'm hyped. You can tell that I'm hyped. I'm getting giddy about it because Fire Emblem is one of my favorite franchises out there in all of gaming. One of my top 3 Nintendo franchises. I love the characters, I love the story, I love just everything about it, the gameplay, the graphics, everything is just so smooth with Fire Emblem, and it's just one of those franchises that's just endured the test of time, and I absolutely love the intelligent systems that they're able to revitalize the game and bring it back from the brink of death, so I even appreciate it more. Now here's the thing with this, guys, the more characters, people are really kind of uptight about these characters because they haven't announced any of the classics, they haven't announced any of like the Roys and the Ikes and all of those characters like that, but I don't think we're going to get a ton of those characters. I think we're going to see a lot of characters from the 3 main Fire Emblem games that we saw out there. I think we're going to get a lot of characters from the original Fire Emblem Fates. I'm going to get characters from Fire Emblem Awakening because those are the games that people associate with the most. Or really just the 3DS games, to be honest. People love the old school games, don't get me wrong. People associate with those. You have tons of old school Fire Emblem fans, but in terms of sales, obviously Fates and Awakening blew out every other Fire Emblem game. So I think Nintendo really wants them to put that many characters from those games in there, characters that they've seen before, because there are literally like hundreds of Fire Emblem characters that people have no idea about. Like if you play Awakening, you can get all of these old school characters, man, and if you didn't go through each one of those games and actually pay attention, because a lot of them didn't have voice acting and a lot of them were just characters that you use and they could die and not come back. So if you weren't paying attention, man, you're gonna have a hard time understanding or knowing what all these old school characters are. So I can understand why some people are a little frustrated and like, man, we should get some characters from the Game Boy Advance game, or like Ike or Roy, which I still think we have a chance at getting some of those. But I just feel overall the game is shaping up just to be nice. Every single time they show off a new character, talk about the different classes or what you can do, Coliseum mode looks like it's going to be super fun because you're going to have different types of battles that you can do, gameplay in there, special rewards, special rules. Like I want to see what they do with that in order to keep you playing in there, because I think Hyrule Warriors was kind of missing that a little bit. Obviously, they did some great things. There's a ton of content in the game. There's so much content content, especially if you get the season pass. Oh my gosh, there was so many different things. They had that one mode, what was it, like the adventure mode, where it was like a map and like you had to unlock things. But I think the Coliseum mode really fits Fire Emblem more than that whole map thing that they did in Hyrule Warriors. And I didn't really play through all of that. I think Coliseum mode is going to be something that I'm much more interested in as far as the special rules and what you need to do there. Although, like I said, Hyrule Warriors also had the special rules and stuff like that. So it's going to be super fun to play this game. I cannot wait to see all the other characters, because they didn't say just like a little bit of characters, or we've announced some of them. They just said many more characters are to be revealed. So how many more are we going to get? Obviously, we need to see more of the families from Hoshido and Inoue. We need to see more of that. We need to see more characters just overall. So let me know what you guys think about all of this news here. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Are you hyped up for Fire Emblem Warriors? I know I am. Cannot wait till the game comes out. Now it's launching next month. I think September 28th in Japan. We are getting it this fall, so we have to wait a little bit longer. But like I've said before, if that game has English, I doubt it will, and I think that's the reason why we're getting it later, so they can finish up the voice acting. But if it does, I'm going to be streaming it for you guys. I'm going to be playing the heck out of that game. I think it's going to be so much fun. So let me know what you guys think about all of this news in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier, be entered into win some awesome prizes. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.